When we think about Santa Claus, we picture a jolly old man who gives gifts in secret. But that image didn't come out of nowhere. It traces back to a much older figure, St. Nicholas. And the real history behind him is thinner and more fascinating than many of us even realize. We're often told that Nicholas was a 4th century church leader who secretly gave gold to the poor and stood up for truth at church councils, and somehow became Santa Claus. Those stories get repeated every December as if they're settled history. But when you go back to the sources, Nicholas is mostly silent. We have no writings from him, no sermons, no letters. The first detailed stories about his life come much later in devotional biographies like The Life of St. Nicholas, written centuries after he lived. These texts are meant to inspire, not preserve eyewitness history. So what can we say? Well, Nicholas is remembered as having served in Myra, and that detail matters. Myra was not a backwater town, it was a significant coastal city in the Roman province of Lycia. It sat among major trade routes, functioned as a busy port, and served as a regional center for Christian life and leadership. What happened in Myra carried influence far beyond the city itself. Early church records show that Myra had an established Christian community with recognized leadership and structure. That means that Nicholas serving there was not operating in obscurity. He was part of public community life whose memory could realistically endure. We also know that by the medieval period, Nicholas was widely honored. His name appears in church calendars. Churches were dedicated in his memory. And in the year 787 at the Council of Nicaea, the leader of the Christian community in Myra refers to an image of St. Nicholas on an altar cloth. That doesn't give us a biography account. It gives us something else: reputation. The Santa story grows out of that reputation. Generosity, gifts, even quietly caring for children and the vulnerable. Over time, Nicholas becomes the Santa Claus. Poetry, art, and yes, advertising do the rest. So Santa Claus is not history, but he is not random either. He is the long echo of a real memory, a leader whose name carried enough weight to survive centuries, and sometimes that's how history actually works. My name is Joe Oliver, and for more conversations like this, visit and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Whisky and the Writings. Merry Christmas.